All right. I also want to take this a little forward to what Police Chief James Craig said this week, because while we are still looking at this shooting situation in California, and while we don't know if exactly it was workplace, if it exactly was some kind of terrorist act that had ties or motivation from overseas, it was interesting that Chief said this week that no one would attack Detroit because of the amount of people that carry guns in the city of Detroit. That terrorists or anyone else wouldn't want to come up against a populace that are carrying weapons themselves.
That was an unusual theory. But, I mean, I guess if you looked at those people in California who are cowering in those offices, locked themselves in offices, unable to defend themselves, defenseless in there, while people marched through shooting them, I bet a few of them wish they'd had a gun in their pocket.
What did you think about what he said?
Well, I mean, again, he's courting this idea that somehow legal gun ownership and more legal gun ownership is disconnected from the flow of illegal guns in our communities. And I keep saying that's just not true.
How many people haven't been shot because they had a legal gun?
Well, how many people
in this city?
Well, we don't know that. What we do know is that
we certainly know it because we know the amount of people
climbing
through windows.
But here's what we do know. We do know that we're close to 300 murders in the city this year, right? We're coming up on 300.
How many of those were by legal gun owners? People
almost none of them.
Rules.
Almost none of them. Nolan, you know that.
So you know that
the people walking around.
Unless you take every gun in this country, you're not going to keep guns out of the hands of criminals.
Well, the idea that there's
guns out of the hands of legal gun owners who use them.
And again,
so you really
that's the zero-sum argument. Yeah, that's the zero-sum argument that the gun lobby loves.
As long as guns are in circulation, people who want to use them to do harm or use them illegally are going to have access.
So we're all defenseless.
You're defenseless. You can defend yourself if you have access.
So everyone just got to arm up and we'll have shootouts.
I'm with
now that is not a valid argument. My thing is, I just don't want to have to explain to my kids again almost every week of what's going on in the news.
What happened
today?
It's this year.
So why don't we start having a real conversation about why we're such a violent culture?
All right, Nolan.
I don't think it's simply access to guns.
I don't think that's.
I think it's all part. I don't think it's just.
Right.
It's not just one simple
that out.
thing.
It's all of these
things. But you
things.
pretend we don't have gun laws and we don't have background checks. We have extensive gun
very
laws,
sloppy
and we have extensive background checks.
We have very sloppy gun laws.
You can add another layer or two. I don't think it's going to stop what's happening in California.
In other countries, the gun laws are effective at keeping guns away from people who are going to do bad things.
So certainly didn't in Paris.
Why is it different? So why is it different?
Certainly didn't in Germany. They've had 5 school shootings. You pretend these things don't happen.
Those countries have murder rates that are a fraction of ours.
And I don't think that's all about access to weapons.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to have to leave it there.